Morning gaffers, welcome to Armchair Gaffers and a new look daily gaffer. It was a live stream, now it's just a upload because yes. So what I'm going to do in this segment is just go through the daily news from some of my favourite sources on the internet. Today I've got Sky Sports, the good old BBC, Goal.com and TalkSport. So let's crack straight on. I am going to start with BBC. I haven't actually seen the news yet, so I'll be going through it with you guys. So as you know, yesterday was Champions League knockout round of 16 and Tottenham lost. So here we have BBC are going with the headline, end of Conte's loveless Spurs. End of Conte's loveless Spurs reign, surely a formality. So I guess everyone's pretty much accepted now that Conte's time at Tottenham is drawing to a close. They weren't humiliated last night, but they lost 1-0 on aggregate to AC Milan, who are not the AC Milan of old, and it seems like Spurs fans have had enough of Antonio. What are the BBC saying? When the final whistle sounded in the goalless draw that confirmed Tottenham Hotspur's exit at the last 16 stage of the Champions League, every sight and sound screamed at the beginning of the end of manager Antonio Conte's 16-month reign. I wonder where it went wrong for Conte. He's come in, he's stuck to his guns, playing three at the back. They've recruited well, this last year at least. I know Richarlison himself hasn't hit the ground running, hasn't done anything actually. He's got 3 assists, I think, in the league and 2 goals only in the Champions League, which isn't a good return no matter how much you pay for somebody. But aside from that, you still have Harry Kane, still have Heung-min Son, who hasn't been on form this year. Benteke has been injured, only recently though. Højbjerg, Basuma, Perisic, new signing of Poro, Jed Spence, Longley. You've got a decent squad there, so maybe it's just a matter of just the wrong fit. Maybe the 3-4-3 doesn't suit Tottenham. So looks like Conte's time at Spurs is coming to an end. That's what the BBC says about Conte. Elsewhere, Bayern Munich cruise past PSG to reach the quarterfinals. As expected. A lot of the news is around how Goal.com are saying PSG are shambles. Why on earth would Mbappe stay? Now, Mbappe recently became PSG's all-time top scorer on 201 goals, surpassing Edinson Cavani, who had 200 goals. And someone commented in one of our videos or Instagram posts that 3 goals in Ligue 1 is the equivalent of 1 goal in the Premier League. Although I don't agree, I do understand the sentiment. It seems like PSG are cursed to never win the Champions League. Is Mbappe staying at PSG the equivalent of Harry Kane staying at Tottenham? Big fish, little pond, scoring loads of goals, but the trophies are either meaningless or non-existent. I can't say what I would do personally if I was killing Mbappe because I'm not. I don't have those kind of problems in my life. Goal.com have also gone with a headline on Richarlison saying this season has been SH**T. Richarlison blasts Antonio Conte for benching him in Spurs Champions League decider versus Milan. Oh, okay. Okay, yeah, sorry, I have seen this headline here on Goal, and I did notice earlier on BBC, there's a headline saying I should have played Richarlison. Let me go into this one. So Antonio Conte, Richarlison criticises Tottenham manager over lack of playing time. So Richarlison, who has spent time sidelined through injury, came on as a 70th minute substitute as Spurs were knocked out of the Champions League by AC Milan on Wednesday. I should have played, he said. Okay, so this is Richarlison saying that he should have played. For a moment, I thought it was Antonio Conte saying I should have played Richarlison. Wow. And sorry guys, I'm going back and forth Tottenham and PSG here, just seeing some more stuff. Like I said, I'm seeing this for the first time right now. Antonio Conte said maybe they will send me away earlier. So a lot of people are saying that this is just a procession. We're waiting for the end of the season for Conte's contract to expire and for Tottenham and Spurs to part ways. But here, after the AC Milan game, Conte said, I have a contract with Tottenham. I respect the contract. At the end of the season, assessments will be made with the club in the most serene way. Let's see how the season ends. Maybe they can send me away even earlier. Tottenham know very well what my thoughts are, and at the end of the season, we will meet and make a decision. This doesn't sound good. Tottenham fans, please let me know how you feel about this. It's just, it feels quite toxic for me. You know, like a long drawn out divorce where both parties have too much to lose. So there's waiting for things to come to an end as opposed to ending them at the right time. Wow. Where else are we going to go next? So most of the headlines are just about Champions League. The BBC are still saying it looks a failure. Time to rip up PSG projects, similar to what they're saying on goal.com. Who said that? Okay, so PSG manager Christophe Galtier said, it's a big disappointment. We have to deal with it and accept it. I don't know if it's a lesson to be learned, but there's a lot of frustration. If we'd scored first, it would have been different, but we didn't. If, buts, and maybes. I guess you would have to say that PSG's project has, on the pitch, been a failure. It has to be a failure because they were winning the league uncomfortably anyway. Oh no, they weren't actually. For like 8 years, Lyon won it. And then, I think Montpellier won it actually, with Giroud. And then PSG have become this machine, this all-conquering behemoth as we've known them, but only domestically, and they've done nothing in the continent. PSG kind of seem like a club too big to be small, but because of the stature of Ligue 1, they're too small to really be big, if that makes sense. Let's see what is being said on Sky. Like I said, most of the headlines are about the Champions League. Oh, Danny Rose. What's Danny Rose said? This one looks good. Danny Rose. Daniel Levy said Tottenham signings weren't great. I said something similar, and I was fined. So this was Danny Rose appearing on Sky. I'm not gonna play the clip, but it's kind of it's okay if he says it, but when I say it, we have a problem, kind of thing. Good old Danny Rose, eh? Okay, I think that's it for Champions League news. I'm done with BBC. Okay, this is a goal as well. Okay, yep, sweet. Okay, so TalkSport. I see that it says the headline is Spurs face Pochettino fight. So I guess the headlines today are just about Tottenham and the parting of ways with Antonio Conte. So, with Spurs increasingly likely to part company with Antonio Conte between now and the summer, Pochettino has made it clear to Spurs he is keen to make an emotional return to the North London club. How do we feel about this? Me personally, I don't think it's going to work. If I'm looking at this, it didn't work the first time. It worked to some degree. Didn't end well. And unless those issues that caused the dissolution of their relationship in the first place are gone, then there's no point going back. He would be popular reappointment. However, I think that if he doesn't get things right immediately, then that relationship will sour very, very, very quickly. Other news, Arteta is refusing to discuss whether or not Gabby Jesus will travel with Arsenal to the Europa League match against the Sporting Club de Portugal in Lisbon in the Europa League last 16 tie. He's seen back in training on Wednesday morning, and the club departed Wednesday afternoon. I don't yet know if it's known whether or not he's travelled, so that's yet to be seen. Here on goal.com, got a headline saying, should Arsenal give a SH*T about the Europa League? Now, these are my thoughts on European Cup football whilst you're also trying to win the league. There's a common theme. A lot of clubs win their league and also have a very good run in Europe, if not winning both. It's not uncommon. So I personally think with modern football, it's beneficial for clubs to have an extended cup run in Europe and also fight for their domestic title at the same time. I think it gets them in a good routine, playing Tuesday, Wednesday, whatever it was, midweek. Let's just call it Wednesday, okay? Because Europa League's Thursday and Champions League is Tuesday, Wednesday. So playing Wednesday and Saturday/Sunday, I think it's a good routine. It keeps players sharp, and that's the most important thing. People will say that you increase the chance of injuries. I don't know how to say I disagree with that without sounding like a lunatic. But injuries, you can play one game and get injured. You can play, like Saka's played, I think 57 or 58 games in a row, no injuries. So I don't think that simply playing more games alone is enough to say, yeah, you're more likely to get injured. And because you get injured in training. So yeah, I'm going to disagree with that. Me personally, I think Arsenal and any team in European competition and fighting for the league should give a damn about both. I don't think it will derail Arsenal's title hopes, especially now. The players nowadays they're athletes. They can play twice a week. It's not a problem, and Arsenal also have a squad to do it. So me personally, I would say yes, Arsenal should give a damn. What does the article say? European blah blah. Thursday can be a bit. It feels like yeah, they've got some pros and cons here. So one of the pros is that I say our because I'm an Arsenal fan. If you don't know, our signing at centre back. What's his name? Gregor Kiriwa, the Polish centre back we got from Spezia. This will give him some much needed game time because he's, of all three of our January signings, he's the only one that hasn't had any game time yet. One of the cons, they say, is the injury risk, and they've got a picture of Bukayo Saka. I've already discussed that. And another pro is bringing players in from the cold, such as Kieran Tierney, who's been linked with Newcastle a lot recently. Don't know how true that is. Don't know if Arteta wants to let him go. And one of the cons, they say, the fatigue issue, which again I disagree with because these athletes are built to play twice a week. Yeah, so that was goal.com, Arsenal Europa League. I see a headline here on Goal about Man United to make £115 million offer for Real Madrid's Eduardo Camavinga. I don't see Madrid selling. Camavinga is a very good player. I think he'll be an upgrade on Frege. I'm a big fan of Camavinga. I watch him with an eagle eye. And I think he'll improve any big team he goes to. But Madrid aren't going to let him go. I think it's his second season, so it's been a year and a half. On the subject of transfers, I love to read the BBC gossip page every morning. It's never accurate, but it's here. So they lead as well, with Man United willing to offer 130 million euros to sign 20-year-old France midfielder Eduardo Camavinga from Real Madrid. I don't see it happening. I don't see it happening within the next 3 years. So definitely not this summer. So Tottenham's England striker Harry Kane is on Manchester United manager Erik ten Hag's summer wish list, along with 22-year-old Ghana midfielder Mohamed Kudus. United will look to sell several first-team players, including 30-year-old England defender Harry Maguire, to make room for new additions. Maguire needs to go United. We've seen, I keep highlighting, everyone talks about how great a job Ten Hag's done with United, and I don't disagree. In fact, I fully agree. But the most important thing I think he's done for United is the exclusion of Ronaldo and Maguire. They've conceded goals, but in terms of playing from the back with Maguire, it's impossible. And yeah, I'm not a fan. And I think the biggest bit of business they've done was putting him on the bench and using him sparingly in games that mean nothing. Where are we? Dortmund will not move from their 150 million euro valuation of 19-year-old England midfielder Jude Bellingham amid interest from Liverpool, City, and Real Madrid. Liverpool are increasingly confident they'll sign Bellingham. I've seen a lot of things online that Bellingham only wants Liverpool. I wonder if it matters whether or not they get European football next season. Personally, I think if he wants Liverpool, I don't think it'll matter. PSG are interested in Newcastle 23-year-old Dutch defender Sven Botman. Sven Botman's 23. Wow. Okay. That would make sense because he was, I think he was at Lille. No, he wasn't at Lille. Was he at Lille? Why do I think Sven Botman was at Lille? Let me know if I'm wrong. Newcastle want Robin Knock from Leeds. Chelsea want Josko Rivaldo from RB Leipzig. Manchester United owners, the Glazer family, may no longer be looking to sell the club despite receiving offers. Either they are or they aren't. I think United fans, you guys don't really care. This is my opinion, and I'm probably wrong, but my thoughts. You guys don't really care whether the Glazers stay or go as long as you are successful. Because I forget what year the Glazers came into United. I can find out right now. When did the Glazers buy United? 2005. I know in 2005 you got to June 2005. You got the FA Cup final, which means I think you won the league that year, or maybe Chelsea did. I know you won it 3 times in a row in that period. So between 2005 and 2013, yeah, I'm sure you had at least 5 league titles. I'm gonna find out. Premier League winners. I like to have my facts right. So 2005, Chelsea won it, sorry, back to back, and then you won it 3 times in a row, 7, 8, 9, then again in 11, and then in 2013. So in that little period there, the Glazers were in, and I didn't hear much. Maybe I did, maybe I don't recall, but you guys were happy because you were successful, and I believe it's only a problem when you're not winning, and I might anger some United fans. Good. Where was I? BBC Gossip. Hazard intends to stay at Real Madrid until his contract expires in 2024, at which point I think he should retire because he's only going to embarrass himself, or he can just go and earn money elsewhere. Yeah. Bayern Munich will reject the chance to make the loan signing of Manchester City Portugal fullback Joao Cancelo, 28, a permanent for 62 million. So you pretty much all seen it this week. Cancelo's not having a good time in Munich, and does he have a future at City? Who knows? Newcastle looking to tempt Barcelona to selling Rafinha, if they can match the £55 million fee that the Spanish club paid for him from Leeds. How do we rate Rafinha since he's been at Barca? I know we don't all watch La Liga every week, but from the outside looking in, it doesn't seem like he's done much. To me, I could be wrong. I haven't been watching the Liga much this season, unfortunately. And again, maybe I'm a bit bitter as an Arsenal fan because he snubbed us. So I need some impartial thoughts on this one. Me personally, I don't think he set La Liga alight. Did he play for Brazil at the World Cup? Was he a mainstay? I think he might have been. Liverpool are leading the race to sign England's Mason Mount. I think Mason Mount is a Liverpool player. His profile is definitely Liverpool. And they're also looking at Portugal's Mateus Nunes from Wolves. Both players 24 years old. David Raya from Brentford is going to reject a new contract offer. His deal runs out next summer, 2024. And he's been linked with Chelsea and Tottenham. And that's it. That's it from the gossip. Just skimming through the news. I think the big news here is that Richarlison blasts Conte in an explosive interview after the game. I should have actually watched this interview before doing this. Conte booed and Romero sent off. That's it, guys. This has been a new look daily gaffer. Let me know if you like it. I hope to be doing these daily, hence the title Daily Gaffer. I'm bringing you just the daily news from the football world. Could do it twice a day, morning and night. See how my day pans out. If there's anything you want me to discuss in these segments, let me know, and I'll see you soon. I've been Jess, aka Wrong and Strong, and you've been great. Peace out.